Marduk. On fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. Motherfucker burn. Huh. I was in a place. Let me preface this by saying thus. Paperback version. Probably can't trust the translation. The Necronomicon, you know. This is where I learned Marduk. Marduk. I didn't know how to say his name at the time, and I said it a third time now, so he might be around. But, it's not bothersome if he is. He's not trouble. When I was just Judas at the dawn of betrayal on 90.5 FM KSJS, San Jose. We'd have bands come through, you know, through the rotation, the heavy metal, you know, the graduated stuff. The people will argue against it, but I'm with it. Suits my personality fine. Bands coming through. Scandinavian stuff. Far out stuff. You know, like Lovecraftian stuff. Necronomicon. There'd be a band called Marduk. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know anything about what it was. But then, when I read the Necronomicon, be careful how you read this book. There'll be shit coming at you. Some of it isn't so friendly. But I learned of him. And I still didn't know how to say his name properly, like an Assyrian Chaldean would. And he's the one that killed the worm. Of course, after long days, even death will die. And I walked into the liquor store while I was reading the book on magic. And I've come to recognize the Chaldeans. And sometimes know where they'll be. I said to him that name. I said, "You're Chaldean, right?" He's like, "Yes." I got him. I asked him that name, and he didn't know it because he was raised here. But he said the way you would say it is Marduk. Marduk. Mushhushshu, which is the dragon, a symbol of Marduk. And I was really happy to see that picture there, that mosaic, that thing. But as I listened to them, two of them were saying, this was stolen. This should not be here. How did it get here? This was stolen. And the other one was saying, and in my back of my mind, I was saying, yeah, you've got it. It's going to survive the years now. It's safe. But then the younger one, he was like, no, it was stolen. They took this from our land. And I'm sitting over there, I'm like just wanting to get a picture of the thing, and I'm listening. And one of the other two said, yes, you're right. And I said, yes, you're right. This was stolen. I also thought, why is it that they need to bring it here to keep it protected? Why cannot the people there protect it? It's because they've got people like us coming in to get rid of the old magic, you know. The basis of religion, not religion itself, the basis of it. We've forgotten that. We don't need religion to tell us what to do. They're using it against us. And I stood there and I got a picture with it. Victoria took it. I looked where it would come, and I said, they will not be in it. I'm not putting anybody in a picture that doesn't want to be in a picture. So I stood there, and she took the picture, and they realized, and they said, oh, so sorry. And I said, it's no problem. I said, it's all clear. And I said, and I said, this is from Iraq. I said, yes. I said, you're from Iraq? And they said, yes. And I do not try to get too close to people to try to make them come around to a way of thinking or anything. I'm not trying to do that. I'm finding I'm coming around to other people's ways of thinking more than I bring people around to mine. It's good to understand what people are. It can tell you something about yourself. And I went ahead. I said, yeah, I've been to Iraq. Basically, that's an admission that I went there to kill their people. And they may remember me, for all I know, because they would have either been about the same age or younger. Even the young one might have been a 3-year-old toddling about, remembering me walking through a giant in their land, living up to the prophecies. I don't mean to bring that up. I don't have anything against people. It does what it's told. It puts the lotion on. And I said, yes, it's beautiful. I stood at the ziggurat in Ur, and the one man said, oh, it's beautiful there. And I said, yes. I said, that's where I learned my love of the desert, just the sky. He said, yes, that's the way. You can stand there and the sky seems to wrap around the horizon in the night. You see just shooting stars constantly. All you have to do is look in a direction and wait. And there is life out there. And you gain the sense that you're standing on a rock that's hurling through space. That's the beautiful thing about the desert. And he said, yes. And we walked away from each other, not being enemies, not even thinking about who's who, just thinking about the word. And And the word is the power. Choose your words sparingly.